welcome back. We have talked about our objectives of this nutrition lecture, how to eat to lose weight and how to eat for nutrition. And we're going to give lots of helpful tips along the way, so we are here for you. By now you should have gone to our website and went ahead and downloaded the nutrition outline and went ahead and done the math on answers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to talk through that real quickly. The BMI on number 1, basically your BMI is your body mass index, and what that is it's a reliable indicator of your body fatness. And a BMI chart is a chart that doctors kind of throw us all up on to compare us to one another, or to basically tell us if we're obese or normal or underweight, overweight, all those things. And so it doesn't really help us conclude anything. It surely does not provide us any solutions, but it is a reliable indicator. So what I would suggest you do maybe every 3 to 6 months is figure out what your BMI is, and you should be improving on your BMI. And then at some point you're going to be in that normal range, and then you just simply want to maintain for the rest of your life. So I know when I first started looking at my BMI, I was about 30 pounds overweight, and you couldn't tell by looking at me, but I hit it well. But I was 30 pounds overweight, and it took me about a year to get to the normal range. And even now, currently where I'm at as a boot camp instructor, a running coach, exercising every day, I am still on the high end of normal based on my BMI chart. So I say, screw BMI. It still is interesting to look at every so often, but don't throw everything that you have and all your energy into figuring out what your BMI is. So all that to just say that, just wanted to encourage you. What is helpful is figuring out, and what does provide us solutions, is figuring out the answer to number 2, which is our BMR, which is your base metabolic rate. It's how much calories that you are going to burn just by being alive each day. And so that's based on your weight. And as your weight changes, your BMR changes. And it's also based on your age. So as you age, you need to continue to take a look at what your BMR is. I know my BMR slowed down as I ended my 20s. And that's really when I started to put on weight. Of course, I wasn't exercising as much either, but your metabolism slows down as you age. And so we need to take a look at what our BMR is every so often. So you've done that, you've done the math. Essentially, when you wake up in the morning and hit snooze, you wake up, your heart rate comes up from a waking state, and your body is burning calories. And if you were to just lay in bed, the answer to number 2 tells you how many calories you would burn just by being alive, just by being awake. So then we take a look at number 3. Number 3 is a chart that tells us, kind of gives us an insight as to what kind of activity level that we are involved in throughout our day. So not counting boot camp, what kind of energy requirements does your average day hold for you? And you calculate the answer to number 2, your BMR, to the answer to number 3, and that gives you the answer to number 4. And that number is how many calories you need to consume to maintain your weight. Now, typically people look at that number and say, wow, that is a high number. That number is extremely high. It's a lot of calories. That's just incredible. And the reality is that is the number that you are most likely eating every day. Now, some days you may be eating less. You may be starving yourself some days. Other days you're going even higher than that. But on an average, that is what your body is consuming because you're maintaining your weight right now. So, what is our goal? Once we know the answer to number 4, we have to talk about what our goals are. So, is your goal to maintain your weight? Then you just need to consume that much food in calories. Is your goal to gain weight? Then you need to eat more. But most of the time, people's goals is to lose weight. And so we want to lower the caloric intake from the answer to number 4. Now, keep in mind also, as we're talking about this and thinking through the fact that that answer might still seem high to you, not all calories are created equal. So later in this video segments, we are going to talk about how to eat for nutrition, how to fuel our bodies with nutritious foods. It makes a huge difference. 100 calories of nutritious foods is different, and it's going to fuel our body differently than 100 calories of non-nutritious foods. And we'll talk more about that, give some examples. So to lower our caloric intake from the answer to number 4, we're going to talk about it like this. There is 7 days in a week. And to lose a pound, you need to, a pound is equal to 3,500 calories. So if we were to take 3,500 calories and divide it by 7 days a week, the answer is obviously 500 calories a day. So if you were to lower the caloric intake on the answer to number 4 by 500 calories and consume 500 less calories each day, you would lose a pound a week. And by the way, a pound a week is a healthy weight loss. 1 to 2 pounds is what they say, the experts tell us, is a healthy weight loss. Now, of course, you have heard the 30 pounds in 30 days promises from various pills and diets and scams. And yes, there are some of those diets out there. 99% of them, if you were to ever get off of those type of diets, you are going to gain all that weight back and then some, because these are diets that don't work. They cause our bodies to starve. They shut down our metabolism most of the time. We're not really fueling our bodies well. We're abstaining from all kinds of foods, and we're only eating of certain foods, which means our bodies aren't getting nutrients. I know the latest one I heard was Britney Spears. She's gotten back in shape here lately. And she says, well, I don't eat fruit. Well, come on, fruit is God-made. It's good for you. It's got a lot of sugar, yes, but it is high in antioxidants. It's got high in fiber. It's good for you. You need those healthy carbs. They're simple carbohydrates, but your body needs it. And we need to figure out how to work our diet and work our lifestyle into eating lots of variety of fruit. And you can do that, and you can lose weight in a healthy way eating fruit every day. So we'll talk more about that as well. So on days that you are working out at boot camp, you can eat more on those days. Typically in a boot camp, we are burning 400 to 500 calories. Depending on how much you're exerting yourself, you might go even higher than that. But typically 400 to 500 calories. And so the way this math works is you could consume 250 calories less per day of food and go out and burn 250 calories in a workout, and still that equals 500 calories. And by doing that every day, you would lose a pound a week. So on days that you are working out at boot camp, you can eat more. On days that you are not working out and you know that you will not get to a jog after work or get out and burn calories on your own, then you need to eat less on those days. So go ahead and subtract 500 calories from the answer to number 4, and that is on your non-workout days. On days that you are working out, subtract 250. It's just kind of a good rule of thumb. And you will succeed if you stick with this. So again, we've talked about the mathematics. That's how to eat to lose weight, just based on our calories and based on your body type right now. The rest of this segment, we're going to talk about how to eat for nutrition, and we're going to go back to the basics. This is not rocket science, and we're going to give you all the tools you need to succeed. So hang in there, watch the rest of these segments with me, and we'll learn together.